what the heck is going on with Lewis Hamilton? Once again, eliminated in Q2, and his teammate Charles Leclerc obviously took pole position, made up no ground during the race, finishes P12 exactly where he started, practically jumps out of the way at Max Verstappen at turn 4. I saw a really sad video that was showing them fighting at that same turn for P1 in 2019, and now they're finishing P9 and P12 in 2025. Lewis looks dejected. He sounds dejected, almost sounds broken. I think the summer break could not come soon enough for him. What do you think about Lewis Hamilton based off this weekend and what we've seen from him so far this year?
It's it's been an adjustment clearly for him, and I think maybe not. It's been much more difficult than he has expected. This Ferrari is probably the worst car that he's had in a long time. I don't know, you could argue that statement with the Mercedes from the last few years, but he's certainly not used to this, and being in that new environment has seemed like it's been a really difficult thing for him. It's just really sad to hear him talk about, himself in the interviews. Specifically, post-qualifying, when he was saying that he was absolutely useless and that Ferrari needed to look for another driver, which is just a silly thing to say. I mean, Lawrence Barretto was interviewing him, and it was like, obviously, that's not the case, right, Lewis? And he was just like, yeah, well, clearly I'm not very good. So it's just sad to see, and I really hope Lewis does find his mojo, his confidence back. And we've seen flashes of greatness even this season. Him winning the sprint in China, and he's had some good qualifyings, mostly bad qualifyings, but some good ones. And I'm not necessarily a Lewis Hamilton fan, but I do enjoy the sport, and I love seeing great drivers be great, and Lewis is a great driver, so I hope we get back to that soon.
Yeah. At my core, I want to see Lewis Hamilton succeed with Ferrari, even though we're not Lewis Hamilton fans. It's just one of those things that should happen. You want the greatest driver with the greatest team to work out, and it's sad seeing how it hasn't worked out. I've seen things online of people saying, oh, I can't believe we just watched Lewis Hamilton's last race in Formula One. No chance that happens. Ferrari signed him to a 2-year contract. They're not dropping him over the summer break to hire back Carlos Sainz. Those are delusional people on TikTok. No shot that happens. But I think 2026 is the make or break year for Lewis Hamilton. He is on a 2-year contract, so that's the last year of his contract. We've seen how difficult these ground effect cars were to drive for some of this old guard of drivers. Think of Sergio Perez having his worst years at Red Bull in the ground effect era. Daniel Ricciardo really struggling in the ground effect era. So you see, and now Lewis Hamilton just hasn't been the same driver in this era of cars. So when we go back to 2026, a regulation that is new, but more similar to some of the things that we've seen in the past, getting rid of this ground effect, I think we could see a bounce back from Lewis Hamilton. But if we don't see that, if he's still this far off Charles and doesn't regain that qualifying mojo, which was my biggest question going into the year, I'm going to still have it going into 2026, then I think it might be wraps on Lewis Hamilton's career, and the Ferrari dream could truly be dead.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Lewis is, if the rest of this year goes, similar, and next year starts off going even more poor, then I definitely think we could see Lewis retire at the end of 2026. I don't think he's very interested in staying at Ferrari and continuing to drive slow cars for any longer than he has to. And so I definitely think we could see him retire. And the notion that he will get replaced this season is absolutely crazy. Ferrari spent hundreds of millions of dollars to bring him into the team. There's no way they cut him after 14 races or any amount of races.
Yeah, the look of disgust that was on your face when I brought that up, I don't know if I've ever seen that in an episode of the podcast. Yeah, there's no shot Lewis Hamilton gets dropped from Ferrari. It's just not happening. But it is funny that Carlos Sainz is still the last winner for Ferrari as we're halfway through the 2025 Formula One season.